Now it's really going. Wow. How much are we gonna get? How much are we gonna get?
It's roughly
6 days ago, I was worried about digging a dry hole, and a dry hole would have cost $28,000. This well, 160 feet deep, is my current water supply. And although that seems like a good thing, it doesn't actually yield that much water. And every 2 or 3 days, we can get 500 to 550 gallons of water and no more. And then the well's dry. And we have to drive 3.5 miles up that way to bring the water where we need it. It works. I'm grateful for my neighbor Bill that lets me use it, but it's not the best solution. My mission is turning 320 acres of wasteland into a desert forest. And this 1/6 of an acre windbreak epitomizes the problem. I started this in January thinking, well, the well's gonna come online. Those take 2 days to dig and then we can go to town. But hauling water, the plan was only to do that over the winter. I didn't think I'd be here in July and not have water. 2 years ago, Mark from Primary Water Technologies came out to help me site this well. Normally the comment section on my channel is pretty positive, but the knives came out. People called it a scam, they called it pseudoscience, and I'll be totally transparent. I have no basis whatsoever to judge Mark's technology. All I know is that he made some predictions and I can test those. The first is at 450 feet, we would have a strong formation change, and that we would expect to find water from 490 to 600 feet. Probably closer to the 490. Even though Mark sited the well, Justin decided, just in case, he wanted to douse the site as well and see what he thought. A dry hole would cost 28 grand, and I'm not out here to campaign against the idea of dowsing. I'm just telling you, for me, that doesn't inspire enough confidence to decide that's the drill site, but I'm glad Justin's feeling good about it.
I don't like telling people what it says it's making because I've been wrong before. But it says 10, 11 gallons a minute.
So, how did Mark do? Well, looks like we got some water still puddled. That's great. No drilling though. So what are we welding, Justin? Casing.
Yeah, beat that. So instead of using that stuff I brought last week, this is going to drill and case at the same time. That bit, see the wings?
Yeah.
When they kick air on, they extend out like that.
Okay.
So essentially all we're doing is just kicking the riffraff out. And the casing's just going to...
Just keep it from backfilling?
Yeah.
Just to give you an idea of what Justin's digging through, this is most of the material. It's called Bolson fill. And it's kind of like a dream for rockhounds, where we have some aggregate material, we have pink quartz, and there's limestone in here, and a couple other types of rocks. I'm no geologist, but what I can tell you is this stuff is just so hard to work with in every possible way. It doesn't hold water, and it doesn't hold any kind of structure.
I mean, you're drilling and casing at the same time. It's called a casing advancer. The casing is just, it's falling down, essentially.
Yeah.
And then we'll cement the top 10 feet. But because we've already started, we gotta, to do it safely, we're gonna weld everything down here on the ground and then load it up, then pick it up, set it down. And then that green hose, all the cuttings will be coming out of that green hose.
Okay. Oh, wow. Now you can see the hole pretty well. Like, it is really loud and really dusty over here, and what they're doing is they're getting all that loose material, using compressed air to blow it up and turning it into dust, just getting it out of the borehole, and then they're dropping the heavy casing on top of that so that we don't have to worry about it backfilling like has already happened. Well, I'm probably pretty late, Justin, but I have a cement mixer. I've tracked my calories on DUSTUPS, and on extreme days I can burn 4,400, even 5,000 calories. You think that would keep me nice and slim. And yet somehow last year I managed to grow into a dad bod, and seeing myself on camera, I was horrified and needed to do something about that. I went on a high protein diet, and as part of that, I started eating David protein bars. The reason is that it is the most calorie efficient source of protein that I found. It only has 150 calories for 20 grams of protein. If you compare it to any other product, that's the most protein that I found for the calories that you're consuming. And it tastes delicious. My favorite is the red velvet, and I'm not a red velvet cake guy, but there's something about that bar that it feels like carbs, it tastes really good. You should try it. I changed the way I ate back in March. It's now July, and I'm continuing to lose body fat. I started out with restricting calories, and now I just focus more on not making bad choices. Lots of protein, lots of plants, lots of fiber, just no Sunday ice creams. And although I enjoy ice cream, I really enjoy my health a lot more. David's been a huge part of making that happen. Check out the link in the description or scan the QR code. David's been a wonderful sponsor. If you want to help the channel and get a delicious source of protein for yourself, make sure you check out David Protein. We got a lot of rain last night, so I'm heading to go pick up Justin just to make sure that he feels comfortable getting back. Yesterday we wrapped up at 200 feet. It's now 6:20 in the morning, and Justin's already got the machine fired up and drilling. I've been trying to convince Justin to stay here so he doesn't have to drive 2 hours each way every day, and now the logistics finally worked out to where it made sense for him to stay, and now we're getting a much earlier start. As soon as we hit hard rock, this will go way faster, but we're still in the sand and gravel even at 200 feet, which is heartbreaking. As soon as we get to rock, we should finish. We're now 6 hours into day 5, and at 300 feet, which is awesome, the pace of progress has really picked up. The current issue is that the water truck's running low. I told Justin we're gonna find a way to make it happen, to find 1,000 gallons. We're gonna go to the well, get what we can. There's another 200 or 300 gallons that we can go grab from the terrace, and we can pull 200 or 300 gallons from the cistern and not miss it. So anything I can do to keep Justin drilling, I'm gonna do. We haven't changed formation yet. We're still in the Bolson fill. That is potentially a bad thing because we want rock for the highest potential producing well, but it doesn't necessarily mean that I won't get water. Waiting is always the hard part when you're doing something exciting like this, and it took 5 months for us to start drilling, and now we're on day 5 of active drilling and all the time in between. So I am dying. It's so painful to wait for all this stuff to happen. I'm hoping, and I was hoping and praying before all this happened that I would have water. Now I'm extra hoping and praying.
When it comes, it's going to start squirting it out. I think I'll put some more foam in it.
What's that?
I'll put some more foam in it. I don't want it to do that. I want it to go out. doesn't look any different than the you've seen. It's about the same. That's the sandstone.
Where are we at right now?
That'll be 360 when it goes
360?
Yeah.
It's day 6, and 2 hours ago I talked to Justin, and he said we were at 420 feet. I'm kind of staying near camp just in case something happens. I've been busy cutting some desert willow that I'm gonna soon cover with this 50% shade cloth, but I am not feeling good about this at all. We're supposed to look for water between 390 and 490 feet, and it's just the anxiety and the extended waiting that's killing me. So I don't know if you've ever dug a water well and if it's been a long process, but it's so unpleasant just wondering, is there going to be water or not? And there's absolutely nothing I can do. Not a thing. It's out of my control. All I can do is sit here and wait.
We didn't hit anything at 450, but we did hit some hard stuff like we were talking about. We did hit a little bit of hard stuff the last foot. 500 foot right now, and at 450 there was some hard stuff. Actually, it was like 439 to 448 with some hard stuff. That was kind of the target zone, but no water. I did have a couple of different spots that were hard. Generally, water is either above or below clay. So if we had to hit water, I probably would have stopped at this point.
That makes me feel much better that Mark's predictions actually were accurate. And Justin said at 450 we had a clear formation change. This is before I told Mark what happened. And at 500 we're at clay. But 450 is exactly where we saw a change. That's where Mark's graph drastically changes. And then at 500, right before the target zone, is we're in clay, which is consistent with water being above or below that. So maybe it is a lot better than I hoped. And Mark's saying we need to go down to 560 to get to it. So there's hope. Water? Yeah? Well, it ain't a gusher, but it's water. What's the depth? 525? It's right on target.
That's water.
Acid. I was about to tell you all that digging a dry hole would have cost me $28,000. So I've been a lot stressful. Actually, it's not fair to say it would have cost me $28,000 because viewers are the ones that paid for all of this. So, but still, I still feel that stress. Even though I'm holding on to the money, I don't feel it as my money. And knowing that y'all have been instrumental in making this happen, I want you to see in real time just my sincere gratitude and thanks to all of you for making this happen. I just can't, I really thought it would be more climatic, like I would see, a giant gusher and I have my drone ready for a geyser, but I don't even care, there's some water, so. On camera, I am using this money to produce the outcome that they paid for. The idea that it may not have worked, I lost a lot of sleep over that. But the real question is, how much water are we gonna get out of this?
This is what we were in at the 439 to 448, some harder stuff. And Unfortunately, I don't know exactly what every little piece is. I'm not a geologist. But there is some sandstone and then some other stuff. But it's harder stuff, and that's where the water would have been if it had been trapped. So it was right about the hard stuff. Okay.
I hate sitting here just watching Justin drill and work, but I have way too much anxiety and I'm way too excited to go do anything else. So I just sitting here in the tank watching clay and water and foam blow out of the pipe. The real question going through my mind is how much water now that we know we have water, how much are we going to get? And it's not reasonable to judge it from the initial trickle. So Mark's prediction was that we need to go to 560 feet to fully push through the structure. So that's what we're going to do. I think we're going to go all the way to 600 just so that there's some depth through the borehole. I can't focus on anything, so I was going to sit here and scale and open drill. Okay, we're at 540 feet and it's definitely picking up.
It's a mixture of other stuff, but it's mostly sandstone.
Interesting. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it seems like a lot more water's coming out than when it was starting.
Injected, but not injected anything right now. Once it kind of cleans itself up, if there's a whole bunch of water, I'm talking, 50, 60 gallons, it cleans itself up pretty good. It looks like water, but this isn't 50, 60 gallons a minute. It takes a little while.
Okay.
And you're waiting. That's you right there.
Compared to how I felt an hour ago, I'm pretty darn happy.
It's really goody. I was not feeling good. I didn't want to say this, but I originally thought 700 or 800 feet was really what it was going to be.
Really? I'm very glad you're wrong.
It's roughly 10-ish gallons a minute.
Okay.
It's not an accurate, it's a guesstimate, but I'm losing stuff over here, and it's kind of surging a little, but it's roughly 10 gallons a minute.
Let's see how we're doing at 560, because that's what he said. That's what Mark told me to target.
Hey, Brad.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
I was not happy.
In my excitement, Justin called me over and was telling me right now we're at 540 feet. He said the well is very guesstimated, around 10 gallons a minute, but Mark wanted me to go to 560 to punch all the way through. So we're definitely doing that as a minimum. I'm inclined to probably go to 600 feet just so we have some water reserve in the well and we're not fully chasing the yield. It seems stupid to skimp on a couple $1,000s when you can do it now and do it right or regret it later. So we'll see how we go, but we got another 20 feet before I can really feel confident that we've hit our maximum potential. Smiles. All smiles here. Now it's really going. Wow. You be the judge, but I swear up and down this is picking up. Faster and cleaner. How much are we gonna get? How much are we gonna get? So excited. The foam's clearing up. This is awesome. Justin said clearing up foam needs more water, which I guess you don't need to be an expert to figure it out. Nice to know. Here it comes. A terrible, no good, very bad day just got a lot better. I don't know about y'all, but this looks like the nastiest desert latte I could possibly imagine. It's so weird. So looking at the water, I'm wondering, where is it going? It's just getting soaked right up back into the dirt. So how deep are we right now?
We're at about 550-ish.
And I know we got to take a break, but was it just me or did the water pick up?
It did a little bit, but I did do it gallons per minute.
Yeah.
After that.
But that didn't change the scale. It's still...
No, it went up a little bit.
But not like drastic, not fivefold.
No. I don't think it's 20 gallons a minute, but it's better than 10.
Okay.
So it's a lot better than it was an average.
Yeah, so even if it's 10, that's 20-fold better than what I'm drawing from,
yeah.
And then I have to haul.
Oh yeah. So 2 gallons a minute is 2880.
Yeah.
Just 2 gallons a minute. So
for context, that's about what we use in a month right now.
Well,
it's gonna change things around here.
Yes. Oh no.
Once we get down to 600 feet, what are the next steps?
Then it'll just be running casing in, cement and everything. It's just the top 10 foot, and then sticking the other motor in.
You'd think hitting water would be the end of it, but the next step is the casing, which again should not be a long process, but there's a dog leg in the hole and they need a specialty tool to case it. They're gonna have to come back out a third time to get this casing run. Then we need to do a pump down test, and then I can start worrying about, okay, I have the water, now I need to get it where I actually want it. That'll be a new problem, but that's okay. That's what it's like being out here. Everything is a grind and a challenge, and the water is the linchpin of the entire strategy. It completely changes our speed, our focus, our efficiency, everything. I know there's more problems down the line, but that's okay because I'm one step closer to my goal. A water well doesn't magically create a forest, but it does change the constraints. You watched this episode to see water in the desert, so I know you're gonna love this episode. I harvested 15,000 gallons of rainwater. Click here to watch the episode.